also distinguish yourself in that you've had a very successful professional career. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Currently, I am a senior lecturer at Clemson University. I received my PhD in industrial organizational psychology. I also have an MBA from SMU and a BS from Baylor. My first job out of college after my MBA was to work for IBM. I was a marketing representative for General Systems divisions. I hate to even say this, but this was before the personal computer was even invented, although it wasn't too much longer after I worked for IBM that they invented the personal computer. And then I had a couple of computer companies. I had a software company, and then I duplicated computer software, legally I should add, and went back to school, got my PhD, and here I am now teaching. So it's a varied career.
Oh, that's really fast.
Oh, and can I mention, because you brought up central planning, and you're talking about it from a self-ownership type. I like to look at it from a practical aspect, and basically how we get things done the best. And one of the best things I learned is in grade school, and unfortunately they don't teach this anymore, but I was taught that the reason that America was so great and Soviet Russia couldn't even feed themselves was because of their central planning, that over there they would have steel and they wouldn't know, okay, how much steel should go to the cars, how much steel should go to the refrigerators, where do we put all that, who do we give the steel to is basically what they had to decide with their 5-year plans. In the United States, what we have are prices. Exactly. So where does the steel go? Well, whoever's going to pay the most. So if the refrigerator manufacturers are going to pay the most, they'll get the steel. If the car manufacturers are, and basically it's a way to vote. I love Milton Friedman. I love his ideas of voting with your feet, voting with your dollars, that you get to decide where the resources go, because individuals, you can look at it as an information system. The market, the different people are sending information by what they're willing to spend as to what resources get used and where they should go. Central planners never do as good of a job.
Exactly.
But the current iGen generation, they just go to the news website. Nope, I want that one. I want that one. I want that one. It's like their entire lives have been a menu. And the Libertarian Party is great for that, because that is our message, that you only opt into what you want to opt in for. And we use this mostly with Social Security. And I've been saying from the start, if I'm elected president, the first day in office, what I want to do is opt out of Social Security, or have the opt out. So you can immediately opt out of Social Security so that you're no longer paying money into the Ponzi scheme, so that older people can get a secure retirement through another way. And they don't have to be so fearful about being under the whims of Congress. And so this is a message that is just perfect for that generation, because they look around and they're just used to basically ordering from a menu and choosing what they want to choose.
To say, you know what, I'm scared of, in this case, these migrants. So please put them in camps, and please take away my ability to freely associate with people that I could actually probably have better outcomes with.
And could I pick this up and continue and talk about healthcare?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Because healthcare is one of the things that I'm passionate about. First of all, it is a literally a life or death situation here, a life or death topic. We can talk about education, and if your kids don't have, an ideal first grade experience, if they're forced to not say a prayer or not say the pledge or whatever, if you disagree with the schooling, it's probably not life or death. However, with healthcare, it is. And unfortunately, a lot of people think we have a free market system when we don't. So we're headed towards single payer. But here's what's scary. The people think we have a free market system now, but there are so many ways in which you were talking about people taking choice away. So for instance, you have to go to somebody who has gone through a certain number of years of college, med school, residency, and so forth, as opposed to, why couldn't we have other specialists with less training? It's kind of like they're saying, okay, you have to get the Mercedes-Benz of every doctor. What about the certificate of need, in which you have to prove that there is a reason, you have to prove a need for your hospital, that if you want an MRI machine or whatever, you have to prove that you need it. Instead of saying, okay, we're going to open up this hospital, open up this clinic, and if it goes out of business, oh, well, it goes out of business. Instead, you have to prove that it won't go out of business. And so what happens? They have fewer hospitals and fewer clinics, and fewer of everything go up because of that.
Thoughts on the gold standard? Yeah, we've got. I'm totally with Ron Paul. If Ron Paul says it, I agree with it. That is absurd that we ever went off the gold standard. But even more than that, I believe in free market money. We shouldn't just have. And again, platform. If you want to know where I stand, you don't have to look. You don't have to go to my website. Just go to the party platform, and that's where I stand. So our party platform says that we basically don't believe in monopoly money. We don't believe that. Well, actually, that's not quite how I meant it. But we don't believe that the government should have a monopoly when it comes to printing money. Free market. Hey, if free markets work for selling cars, if free markets work for buying computers, why shouldn't free markets work for money? Government doesn't work. Free market can do pretty much everything better that the government can do. The only thing I'll stick with are the traditional police, courts, and military that libertarians have often said. Now, does that mean that maybe we could have a private police force that would be better than a government police force? Yeah, probably. But you know what? Right now, if I die in a world in which the only government involvement is police, courts, and military, I will be happy.
I'm going to be talking about what people are excited about, and what people are excited about now. They're worried about healthcare. We have to explain healthcare to them. We have to talk about bringing our troops home. We have to explain to everybody that there's no need for us to be the world's policeman, that being all around the world actually makes us less safe, not more safe. And the irony here is that the military is supposed to keep us more safe, not less safe. And last, I'd like to talk about the environment again, because the iGen generation is really concerned about the environment. So are millennials, for that matter. And once again, as with any topic, the free market works best. It works much better than government bureaucrats planning in Washington. Thank you so much.